Ladies and gentlemen, we did it. We finally fucking
Come on!
did it.
Yes! Where are my shades?
Jake, I'm outside, by the way, guys. I'm on the balcony. Because we're going to light up our victory cigar. Fuck, where's my when I look this way, Jake, do you see me? Do I see the camera? Am I looking straight in?
Yeah, you look good. Yeah, you're looking right at me.
All right,
Perfect.
cool.
Perfect.
All right, cool, guys. Campeones, campeones, oh, Campeones, campeones, Boys, welcome along. This is not the post-game show to the Arsenal Champions Watch Live Party. I'm here on the balcony. Jake's in his studio. And I have sent the link out to various amount of guests. I've also sent out the link to you guys. So we have posted and pinned, Jake, it's pinned, right? At the top of the chat.
Yep.
The link to come on to this stream. You are more than welcome. It is open season. You can come at any time. Come and tell us how you're feeling right now, guys. I know in England right now it's like 1 o'clock in the morning. The Emirates, you should see it. To all the haters out there who are saying, hey, you guys celebrating like you're winning the league. You guys didn't know what the fuck it would even look like once Arsenal actually won the league. That's what it looks like. Ian Wright is getting mobbed by hundreds and thousands of Arsenal fans.
Yeah.
It's gone fucking nuts.
Saliba's
Before we
car
get to
got
any of that,
stopped outside the stadium.
before we get to any of that, guys, I'm going to spend the only time that I have to talk about Manchester City. To Tal, the bottle guy. How do you like this bottle, brother? You're right. We are bottle jobs.
We bottled
We're
it.
doing a freaking. We absolutely bottled it.
We've absolutely bottled it. Oh, man. Hey, but that's what we do, right? That's what we do. We bottle it.
Yo. And then I'm going to hand it over to Jake because I've had my say on a bunch of various streams already. Oh, man, my boy JT's already in the building. I'm going to hand it off to Jake. Yeah, bring JT in here. Yeah, there you go. Here he is. I love it. Love
JT, my man. How you feeling, bro? You on mute? I think you might be on mute.
Oh.
Can you unmute him, Anton?
Can you unmute him, babe? I got my producer on.
Oh, you got it. Nice.
Can you unmute JT?
Anyway, man, while we're getting that worked out, it's been amazing today. I've already drank.
Yeah, tell me how you feel, bro. Tell me everything.
I've already drank, I don't know how much of this, celebrating. I don't know if I've ever celebrated a Junior Krupi goal or a Bournemouth goal that hard in my life. The dogs were jumping on me. They were celebrating too, man. 22 years. Oh, man. All of the times, because I obviously haven't been able to go to the stadium. All of the times of sitting in front of the TV, early mornings, late nights, sitting up staring at the damn table, wishing that somebody would drop points so we could get in it. No, it's all done. That era is done because we've done it, man. We've gotten there. It's finally over the line. And everything that I've ever said against Arteta, I hold my hands up. I was impatient. That's what happened. I said in the beginning that I thought maybe he could one day eventually do it. Eventually has come. I got impatient along the way. I'm not going to lie. I got impatient along the way, but we've done it. And that's all in the past. Come on, champions. Ole, ole. Did we get the sound sorted?
JT, can you hear me with me?
Still can't hear him.
He's
looking good,
JT,
though.
is it on his
bottle.
Can you look on the people where it says people, babe?
Oh man, I love the list Anton gave of all the players that have come before.
Does it work now?
Man.
Here he is. Here he is. It's on
Oh,
JT's end.
it was on
There
my
he
end.
is.
Boys, I have to give a toast. First of all, I didn't
Oi.
see it. Listen, the victory toast for me is people were always asking me what would I do if we didn't win, and I'll guess we never know.
Salute.
Mm.
I guess
Shout
we'll
out
never
old
know.
Kanye. I guess we'll never know.
JT, who has been your favorite player in the whole journey?
It
The
has
whole
to
journey.
be Madueke. It has to. Bro,
I didn't see that coming.
shout out all the players, but it was so funny when I seen the celebration video from Madueke. He was like, I did this shit. I carried the team. But
Hey,
kudos
he
to
was
him.
the heart
kudos
and
to him.
soul. The heart and soul, man.
Take
Oh,
it
man,
over.
Can you believe it? Nani
Madueke
Madueke is a Premier League champion.
He's got a Premier League medal. Win the dog. Win the
put some
dog is a
respect on his
Premier
name.
League champion.
Win the
Put some
dog.
respect
Put some
on
respect
Madueke.
on Win the dog's name.
Hey, give respect to
Never again.
all Guna dogs around the world, right?
Yeah.
My dog Bengo sits here behind underneath my feet on every one of these streams. Big up to him. You know what I did when we won the league? I literally just pulled like his treat bags and let it rain treats everywhere, bro. I hope that's what Arsenal did for Win the Dog.
Rex jumped on me and I grabbed him. Yeah, shout out to
did
all
you
the
see the
dogs
clips?
that survived the screaming at the television.
Yeah.
I have to keep it kind of silent because I already got the warning from my neighbors.
Hey, you tell them it's a holiday.
Cinema.
You tell them
It's a
May 19th.
holiday.
May 19th is Nani Madueke Day.
Noni Madueke more Premier Leagues than many people.
Oh man. Anton,
Oh.
is your mother's name Robin perhaps, or your sister?
Yes, it is. My mom. Yeah,
She's in the chat. She says, "Don't smoke, my son. Love ya. Huge mazel tov."
Can you put it up? Can you put it up, babe? Can you put it up?
Shout out Anton's mom. Always looking out. Always looking out.
Shout out Robin and shout out Arsenal for robbing the league.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Wait, can you put it up on the camera?
There
On the
it
screen?
is.
There we go.
There it is. Mazel tov. Big up,
Thanks, Ma.
Miss Robin.
Look,
Big up,
mommy,
Miss Robin.
mom, just so you understand, none of this goes down, has gone down my throat at all. You keep it in your mouth and you blow it out. That's how you smoke a cigar, Ma.
That helps.
Oh man.
That's it. Hasn't gone beyond my mouth. So
I just want to say,
Mom, by the way, she sat there, just gonna say for my mom, she sat there through all the pain, all the years. Me, my dad, my brother, all the middle of the night wake ups, we're just screaming in the middle of the night. We're having our debates about Wenger in, Wenger out back in like 2018, right? She's been through it all. This show, shout out to you, Mom. All right, you've supported us through all of this. Like,
shout out to all the wives and girlfriends who had to deal with
shout out to the girlfriend. Shout out to Christy.
With all the anxiety and the screaming and the yelling at the TV.
Legends. There you
Shout
go.
out Lauren's Legends, of course.
And to the
Our one and
rivals,
only.
hide your wives, hide your kids. They're coming for you.
When the dog is coming for you. Oh my goodness.
I'm telling you, they can get Win the Dog, one of those collars with got a Premier League winners medal.
Absolutely.
And then he's gonna get a double when we win the Champions League. He's gonna get a double medal dog. You know what I mean? Like,
Bro, but I have to be honest. The rivals said that it isn't amazing to win it on our rivals dropping points, and they were kind of right because I was hoping to see the emotion on the pitch from the players. We got the Twitter video, but would be amazing to see them. But I think we will see it against Palace.
We'll see it on Sunday.
Use patience, right? Patience is the greatest virtue. I think what's going to be great about Sunday is that it's going to be like a big, massive party. Like the Palace fans already selling tickets to Gunners, and we will watch the whole entire game without any pressure. We're going to sing from start to finish. We don't even care what goes on the pitch. Like
the most peaceful game of all season.
Dude, and we're probably going to score like 4, 5, 6 goals because what's the need to sit there and defend? What are we going to defend for? What are we defending?
Yeah.
Like,
big up Arun. Thank you, buddy. Big up, always being here. Appreciate that, man. He didn't have to be here. He's a Man U fan in the building. Big up, Arun.
Nah, big up Arun. Big up everybody.
Yeah, big up everyone in the chat, of course.
Jake, that stream from you was a fever dream.
So, by the way, sorry for the wait, everybody. We should have started the stream about like an hour and a half ago. So I do apologize for the wait. I've sent the link out to a lot of. I really hope they're still awake because I've sent some pretty prominent guests who told me that they will come on, but if they are asleep, we are going to redo another one because Cal as well. So when I spoke to Cal this morning, he's the first person I called because obviously you guys should know the shit that kind of has gone on, and I honestly dedicate this to Cal, the guy who me and him we said let's start a podcast, right at the start back in August, right, and Fire Them Cannons, like it's been such a journey being on here from game one to now, like doing this, and then Jake obviously who's taken over in the middle, and like so tonight. Australia time or in the morning, England time, me and Kyle are going to do, just like the old days, we're going to do a Fire Them Cannons podcast. So Kyle's able to make it now because he's at work. And if he's watching on the stream, big up. But yeah, we're going to do one. So if I can get any of the prominent guests at that time as well, I'll also try if they don't make it now. So this is only part one. This is the first party. The parties keep going on. When we win the Premier League again, like officially with the trophy and everything. I mean, not officially, but it's not official. That's not official now. I'm saying
we got to do a show for the trophy lift. We got to do a show for
the trophy lift. Trophy lift show, dude.
Of course.
I'm gonna send a link to my dad as well. He's gonna come on. He's the man who made me a gooner. I've saved having him on a stream.
Yeah.
For ages, right?
For 22
he's
years.
Got no. Look. My dad is in his 60s now. He's seen plenty. He's seen George Graham trophies. He's seen Arsene Wenger trophies. He saw Anfield '89. He's seen it all, right? But I'm not gonna spoil. The camera's all shaking because my dog's come by and he's like walking underneath the thing. Yeah, I know. See, I'll have to try to set up outside. This is a city of Melbourne.
Great view, by the way, mate.
Oh man. Yeah, Nez already said congratulations. He's taking it well so far. Nez is taking it well so far. We'll see tomorrow night though. He'll be there. He will be there tomorrow night on the show for sure.
Send the link out to Nez.
Yeah, let's see if he wants to get
bro. I gotta say, I don't know if anybody's seen my reaction on the terrace, but man, I literally cried. By the way, there's no agenda today. By the way, we're just gonna shoot the shit. This is exactly what we're like. You can talk whenever you want to talk. Like honestly, there's no order of business here, right?
Yeah.
But when I was on the terrace, I literally cried in front of like 200,000 men and women. Like I couldn't care. Like I didn't even like say anything. I just cried. I said, "Man, I'm just so happy."
I
think that was
the original Anton Steers.
Yeah. Oh, man.
By the way, can we get a quick sneak peek? Where are Bournemouth in Anton Steers on next week?
Bournemouth, yeah.
I haven't even gotten with the committee yet. I haven't even gotten together with the committee yet.
Give Iraola his own bus for the parade. Shout out.
I think I'm gonna put Arsenal at the top tier and then put a gap and then start with Manchester City and then we go on.
Because over Manchester City, by the way, has to be.
Oh. You know what? I was saying this to my girlfriend during the stream and it never materialized. I'm like, Alex Scott owes me one The only reason
he
we're
does.
sitting here watching their fucking football game instead of celebrating last night was because of him. So I'm like, bro, Alex Scott, I need something from you. I'm all good. You're happy with your goal, with your little phone celebration, as long as you deliver against Man City. But Eli Krupi, he did the other part of the job. He was the one who also equally is to blame. Big up Eli Krupi. Me and Jake and Fruki's in here. You know, we've been talking about Julian Alvarez, but Fruki has said that, you know, Eli Krupi is a guy he'd love to see at Arsenal. I agree with him now. Do you know why? He needs to come and wear that gold patch because he deserves it just as much as any of the players
What a goal!
in our current
What a goal
Arsenal
that
team.
was.
What a peach of a goal. Donnarumma didn't even know what the fuck was coming at him.
My buddy Brian told me that he has rejected the Portugal team to make the France squad.
Yep.
Who, Krupi?
Krupi, yeah.
Do you think he's making France? I mean, Portugal.
Well, that's what I said. I said
that's
that's a bold choice, but he's young yet. Right? So we can get him young. If we can bring him in for next year's title charge, we can get him young.
Well, I was actually talking to my girlfriend because my girlfriend's Indonesian. Correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't Justin Kluivert turn down playing for the Netherlands to play for Indonesia?
I'm not sure. I haven't heard that one.
I remember they were because there's a few of them. There are a few of them. Like there's Reinders as well, who is both. Because I know Kluivert's dad obviously actually played for both countries. So I thought I heard something about that. But anyway, let me know, guys, in the chat if I'm wrong. But that was an interesting side story. But yeah, no, dude.
I still think the best moment. Oh, go ahead.
No, but I was gonna say I was just on it with a gal, right? And we were looking through the fixtures and the games that we won. We went to Everton and we won, even if it was 1-0. We went to Bournemouth and we won. I will circle those games and I'm going to be like, those are the games we won the league. It was ages ago. It was in December and in January. But at the end of the day, because me and Jake, we've been doing this thing for a while, which is like comparing when Arsenal and City played common games.
Yep.
And that would, at the end of the day, obviously ultimately determine who the champion would be. They fluffed that shit.
Yeah, they drew Everton. We won at Everton. They drew at Everton.
At the end of the day, I do think that we're going to go ahead and win the league. So we'll win the league by 4 points, and those will be the 4 points that we got that they didn't get.
You're saying we'll win on Sunday, and so that'll be the 4 points. Yeah.
Yeah. And even if we don't, I honestly,
who cares?
I couldn't care less.
I don't care at all.
Seriously. But
the young guns.
Yeah, dude, play him. One
Honestly,
thing
what I think we should do though is play start with the team that's going to start the Champions League final, and then make 5 subs at halftime.
Facts.
And so we got that kind of momentum still rolling. They got some minutes together. What we're gonna, try and execute some of the things we're gonna execute, because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that we're playing a team that's not Paris. Let's try to execute what we're going to execute in the Champions League final. Make it like a mock run. And so that when we do get there, we're like, all right, we've kind of sort of have worked out what we're going to do. Now let's just adjust for the speed that we're about to be up against,
By the way, did you see the overlap clips?
Not yet.
Man, I have got so dude, I have been on stream. I haven't even been able to watch anything. Like I saw
stuff, but I haven't seen that.
Shout out to Terry, and he is one of the people who I invited, and he said he'd come on. I just don't know if he's asleep by now. So
probably asleep.
But thanks to him, I got to see some content. Thanks to a gal, I got to see some content because I literally watched it via being on live on their streams.
Yeah.
Watching the players in the changing room.
Those clips are everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Bro,
absolutely insane. Did you see the one with Timber and Saka, and they flipped the light on on the Premier League? The little cutout thing in the training ground. The light is now on.
Big up Charles. It's done, bro. Champions, Charles. Yes,
Cheers,
sir.
boys.
Big up Sham in the building as well. We did it. No
my
rest
God,
in Budapest, he says. Yes.
Boys, by the
And
way,
then
it's
and
so
then we'll have to
funny.
go and do this all over again. I'll have to get another one of these.
I'll have to
Hopefully,
get,
you
I'll
know.
have to get another one. Did you see the one
That one's a bit
where
tricky though. When
Eze
you're in a
was standing
final,
up on the table?
yeah.
Eze, I love you, bro, but what are you doing? Please get
You're
down.
a fully grown man. You're a fully grown man.
Please get down.
We've got a guard of honor for you on Sunday. Can you please be healthy for that, please?
Bro, ever since we had to do that to Man City a few years ago, bro.
The worst one
so awesome.
was Manchester United
awesome.
when we did it for Van Persie. His first game.
That was gross. That was gross.
That was so bad.
Disgusting. Yeah, man.
That's what I'm saying. This fan base has been through. This fan base has been through a lot. Like even you think about the details. Like no wonder that all you guys lost your shit.
AJ, none of us live in England, or we would be at the Emirates.
Oh man, I would have.
Boys, the best clips.
I would have gotten.
The best clips. Check the overlap clips. It's like Roy Keane. Who else? All the overlap boys that were hating on Arsenal the whole season. They were fucking celebrating it like they won it. I'm like, go win your own one.
Come on.
They are literally celebrating. It's like, what?
Well, get him an Arsenal top and let him twerk.
Yeah.
Facts. I want to see like Keith Thomas's reaction to when Krupi scores a goal. Because no, he's done it. They let us. I haven't seen it, but I can only imagine what it's like.
I can only imagine.
Oh fuck, he's done it. City, they've done it. It's over.
The bitterness.
What the fuck?
The bitterness has only just begun.
Give me the tears.
Oh, bro, dude, Hamza. I gotta say, dude.
Hey,
I tried with that guy.
He did show up.
He did. He showed up. That's all. Good point.
I'll give him that.
Good point. But man, where's the congratulations? Because I tell you, if it was the other way around, as much as it would have hurt, I would have been on there and been like, you know what? And I did it. We sat there on the Carabao Cup. We lost to them in the Carabao Cup final. And I said, before I start anything, I want to congratulate the Manchester City fans for the Carabao Cup final. You know, you guys are better than us on the day. Congratulations. That's it.
He did do congratulations on his Twitter, but it was
he was backhanded. Yeah.
It was backhanded. Yeah, it was crying about the PGMO. It was crying about the conspiracy theory that they needed a new winner and shit. It's like, bro.
Yeah, I haven't filled my bottle up yet. So I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to go get those I'm gonna go get those tears in the rest of this bottle here. I'm gonna have to go.
I was gonna say, shout out to Tal. Shout out to Tal. I loved the Premier League. And the cameraman just could not keep away from that guy as the closing minutes.
Beautiful stuff. Absolutely beautiful stuff, man. Oh my God.
Oh, dude.
I think we have to recognize the best moment, maybe in all of Emirates Stadium history. Hincapié was so mad last night that he showed his ass on international television. Oh my God, man.
Cheeky.
That is it was cheeky.
I was surprised that when we won the league, he didn't just moon the camera in that video.
Just straight up.
It would have just been so fun. It would have been so funny.
That would have been amazing. Those I've saved that. I've saved like 4 of those videos on my Instagram. I'm gonna have that forever. And it may seem weird that a grown man is saving another video of a grown man's ass, but that is one of my favorite moments. It goes up there with last season when Michael Oliver gave somebody a card for kicking the ball away, and Trossard went up to him and was like, I told you he was gonna do that. They called him on camera saying, I told you so. It's hilarious, man. There's been so many great moments. Freaking Reece Nelson. I'll tell you this. I never truly believed we were going to win the league The only time that I've actually said it in the past, I got so hyped when Reece Nelson scored against Bournemouth after we were down in the first minute of that game, came back and won. And until this season, until I met you, really, Anton, until you wore off on me, I never really believed it. And I went out today and I bought these before the game because I was like, now
I told you.
This year's different. This year, I've believed because the roles have been reversed and we've seen it all season. We've seen the role
so funny.
All season.
Dude, we had this conversation. Me and Jex were like texting last night for me before we went to bed. And me and my girlfriend had this hilarious interaction, right? So I had just posted in the TFT group literally a picture of these, right? And I had them ready to go. And she's like, that's not good luck. You do that. You like that. Like, honestly, you're being too arrogant. It's going to be bad. Like, I have this bad feeling now. And my girlfriend, she is bang on about everything, right? I'm so glad she was wrong about this one. I was so glad she was wrong about this one. And you know what? I have zero regrets about the whole year. And why should I? I said, and I'm so upset that I missed out on it by like a 24-hour period where City were ahead of us on goals scored. In October, when we took over the top of the league, I said, we are never dropping out of first the rest of the year.
Right.
Fuck that stupid City game. What they lost, when they beat Burnley 1-0, and I think that also that day though gave us hope that, hey, no, we still got a chance to do this, right? But man, I was inches away from like the ultimate call, but it doesn't matter in the end. It literally doesn't matter. And by the way, if Fuki's in here, which I hope he is. He's probably not because he would have spoken already by now.
Probably.
I apologize to Kai Havertz. I think last night, me and Jake, I don't know, Jake, I'll give you your chance, but I was being very emotional about that. But in hindsight, 24 hours later, after we won the title that I knew we would in 24 hours from now, he was the guy who scored us the goal that won us the league. So I want to give him a massive shout out. I want to give him, I thank him. And look, I haven't changed my stance on him. But if that is his last goal at the Emirates, which I hope. Thank you.
It has
Honestly,
to be said.
Thank you for that.
Kai Havertz scores only big goals. It's kind of true.
He does.
Today
he's won for Chelsea the Champions League and not the Premier League. Yeah,
today
correct.
It's not a day for shade. Big up Kai Havertz. He, as much as I've given him shit, and trust me, I've given him shit. Cry have farts, shy haver, all the names. I've done all of them. I'm a name guy. I think it's hilarious. But big up, man. Like you say, he shows up, and now he's going to eat off of that goal. He's been eating off of the Champions League winning goal for 5 years. And now he's scored a Premier League winning goal. He's going to be eating off of that goal for the rest of his career. Big ups. Well done. Well done.
And we got another one in a couple of weeks.
Well done to his agent. Yes. Hey, look, if Kai Havertz scores the Champions League winning goal, I'll take back everything I've ever said. Everything I've ever said, I'll take it right back. I hope he doesn't.
Dude, that's Hall of Fame stuff.
I hope he doesn't play. I hope Gyökeres. I still like everything I said last night was in my hopes that Gyökeres would start next weekend, and I hope he does. You know, a week Saturday, as they say.
Hey, if Kai starts on Sunday, I'm good.
I'm good with that. I'm good with that. If I started on Sunday, I'm fine with that. It doesn't matter. I mean, if I started on Sunday, that'd be dreamland. I don't know. Yeah, that'd be amazing.
Would win the dog on the left wing.
Oh, win the dog on the left wing, man.
Jake down the middle, win the dog on the left.
Max Dowman still has to start on the right. So
Max Dowman's gonna carry the squad. Definitely gonna be carrying the team. Win the dog's probably gonna be able to run longer than I will.
I love how, by the way, a 17-year-old boy has a PR group that does his social media posts. Have you ever read his post? It goes like,
16.
Max Dowman, 16. No, I think he's 16. Yeah, 16. Max Dowman has now become the Premier League youngest ever winner Like, or he's
Really?
saying tomorrow, if Bench City drop points, Max down, and that's his on his own personal thing.
Yeah.
Because like it's Max is so happy for this accomplishment. He's so excited. I'm like, Max, you having somebody else? Is it in the United States? You're not allowed to use Instagram if you're 16 now, or something. I don't know what it is. No, it's not US. It's in England.
Not that I'm
I'm
aware
like, he's got people posting shit for him at 16. He's got a PR
of.
team. I'm like,
Hey, man.
nah, but look, I'm gonna dedicate this cigar to many people tonight. But the first guy I want to dedicate it to is the manager, because there have been so many debates, conversations, in and out, Arteta in, Arteta out. We can officially today say that Mikel Arteta has gotten it over the line. That label is gone forever. That he is not capable of doing it is factually incorrect. And I am expecting over the next hours, next days, weeks, months, whatever, for the apologies to come out from everybody. Because if you are real, true men who don't have agendas, who just want what's best for the football club, you're going to say, hey, you know what? Fairs, I got it wrong. Mikel Arteta is a winner. And Mikel Arteta needs to stay.
He's entered into a new phase. I know that's gonna all the haters, all the Arteta outers, that's gonna run them up a wall. We've entered a new phase, baby. It's the next phase. This is called the dynasty phase. Is what's
the new phase? The new phase is hopium for PSG. That's the new phase for the next week.
Oh yeah, that's
we have
true.
We have a 9-day phase. We have a 11 what is it, a 10-day phase here in front of us. You know, but seriously, especially if he wins that, he definitely deserves to see what he can do, because I personally think that without the weight of 22 years, big up Cal in the building every single time.
Oh, here he is.
There.
Here he is.
If the weight of that 22 years is off the shoulders, I do think that we are going to be more of an attacking team next season. We're going to trust that we can defend next season. And I think we're going to come out of our shell a little bit. And those accusations of low block FC, corner kick FC, you know, and maybe, who knows, it'll be even lower blocks from the rest of the league. Who knows? But I do think that we will kind of evolve once more. And I think that Arteta deserves a chance to show us that.
There's my mom. I had a dream. You won, and woke up immediately to the great news. So I mean,
a fantastic.
Do you know where I get?
It wasn't a dream.
Do you know where I get all that manifestation stuff from? Well, shout out to Christy, because she has pumped that into me a lot since we've been together. Yeah, but my mother as well. She is the embodiment of manifesting things into life. Yeah. I'm so happy that your dream came true, Ma. That's all I'll say.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I want to know before we'll continue on, because Mikel needs his due. Let me know, what was your reaction when the final whistle went at Man City, and what was your first thoughts that came to your mind? How long did it take you for it to sink in that finally the wait is over? We are the champions of England. This is real. I'm gonna start with Jake. Bro, you have the floor, because
I'll be honest, it was the 87. It was before the Haaland goal. It was the 87th. It was like the 86th minute or something, when like I finally convinced myself that what I was seeing was real. That Man City were not really putting up a fight. They hadn't done anything all game. There's no way they deserve to win. There's no way they're gonna. You know, I like convinced myself. You know, and so I just started crying. And then when the final whistle blew, you know, I was already on my feet. I was already, you know, screaming, and I kind of blacked out a little bit. I know there was a lot of screaming, and I was running around my room. I think my dog Rex jumped up on me, and I like grabbed him and swung around in circles. It was a wild moment there for a minute, but yeah, man, it's just 20 plus years of being in the living room egging him on, cheering him on, screaming at referees, screaming at Bruno Fernandes, just being mad, happy, crazy, excited, crazy, distraught after we lose to Monaco in the Champions League, after we face Barcelona and Bayern Munich, then Barcelona, then Bayern Munich, then Barcelona, then Bayern Munich, and we finally get Monaco, a chance to go through, and we lose to them too. There's all the moments that piled on over the years just run through my head, and it's all tied in a nice, neat little bow. And I was just crying, man. I was just, eventually I calmed down, but yeah, the final whistle, that was what was going through my head. All the moments that, have gotten us here.
I mean, I'll take you back to a few years. I think it was 2007, 2008, when we thought we were going to win the league and we didn't, and William Gallas sat on the floor.
Yeah, I think it was 08, 09.
Yeah, that one hurt. There was even the year, it was Mesut Ozil's first year, and looked like we were running away with it at a certain point. And all of a sudden, we went to go to Anfield. We got absolutely, we were 4-0 down within inside the first 20 minutes. And then a week later, we went to Stamford Bridge, and Jose Mourinho beat Arsene Wenger on his 1000th game.
6-0.
And
I remember.
Yeah.
I remember that. Yeah.
It was sort of like, the message was like, hey, you know what? You guys are never going to do this because you guys do not have the mentality. You guys are too weak. You guys can win as many games as you want against anybody else, but when it comes to the big teams, there's a gap here between you and everybody else. And then, yeah, of course, you have to the next kind of time when you really thought it would be real was the bottle job year, right? As you mentioned it, Reece Nelson, yeah? Like, we scored that game against Bournemouth. We were 2-0 down. We came back to win that game. And you're like, yeah, no, we're going to do it. And the Villa game away, Jorginho, the ball comes off the post and off the back of Emi Martinez.
Off the back of his head.
And you're like, this is stuff of champions. Like, this is the type of luck that champion gets. Then that run, 2-0 up against Liverpool, 2-0 up against West Ham. I mean, the full circle moment of this, right, is that City were watching us play Nottingham Forest away from their training ground, and they had to celebrate at home when that happened, right?
Yeah.
Then, of course, I think about 2 years ago, Declan Rice at the Emirates. Could see his hands on his shoulders, and I brought that moment so many times. Even in our rants, when we were pissed off, Jake, and you were in your car. Then after we lost
to Bournemouth.
By the way, guys, it is my honor. He's not an Arsenal fan, obviously, but he is the most famous Arsenal. How would I say this? Protagonist, advocate out there. He was Mr. Arsenal Scary. He's a mentor of mine, and it's an absolute honor and pleasure to welcome Mr. Terry Flores onto FTC. I'm actually going to take this off. Hello,
gentlemen.
Terry. It's been a few hours. Obviously, I cried in front of hundreds of thousands of people on your stream, man. I still hasn't sunk in for me, man. But like, Tell me how you're feeling right now, because you've told the people from 4 or 5 years ago that Arsenal are scary, and you have to sit there and I watched every single one of the Killing the Game videos, and I'm sure you have one you ready recorded and you have ready to go. Like, Arsenal's finally done it. How does it feel, man?
The montage for tomorrow morning has been, I've essentially been building it for 4 years. I've saved comments from 4 years ago from people that were just outrageous or disrespectful. Because for me, look, I grew up hating Arsenal because of I thought that was Neil Ruddock for a second.
That's my dad. Terry.
That was Neil Ruddock. I was like, Neil Ruddock's on the show. Yeah, look, I grew up absolutely hating Arsenal as a United fan. And, we played a clip on the show tonight with the gal where back in 2021, when he said, I think we're building, a title winning defense. And we sort of all looked at him like he was crazy because Arsenal didn't look good back then. But 2022 is such an interesting time for content creation, the media, everybody, because the world saw Arsenal in the summer of 2022 go to a different level, start playing a different brand of football, and they looked dangerous. And everybody went into denial. And I don't know if you guys have ever worked in the corporate world, but they teach you about the denial curve, and it's essentially how you get people, how you make people buy things. But the depth of that denial curve was massive for a lot of people, and I don't know where they quite are on it now, but they're still on the bloody thing. And for me, I just quite quickly got through it and went, "Oh well, Arsenal are going to be really good. Let's just talk about them in a really honest and kind of upfront way." Because for me, that's actually the best way to handle it. I feel that people have hung on to a lot of bitterness and didn't want to accept that Arsenal were good. I feel like they've almost damaged their own enjoyment of football in the last 3 to 4 years. So for me, it was just about being honest and being authentic and just being myself the whole way. But it then developed into something else because although I'm not an Arsenal fan, I actually haven't once in the last 4 seasons predicted you to win the league. I predicted City 3 years in a row and then Liverpool this year. But yet the abuse I got for suggesting you'd be in the title race was like nothing I've ever experienced in my life because it didn't make sense to me. The idea that Arsenal shouldn't even be considered in and around the race, I found so warped. And then I would watch, Gary Neville consistently talk about Arteta's gone as far as he can, get rid of him, move him on. I think it was only last year that Carragher said they've peaked under Arteta, there's no more to come. The consistent bashing was kind of weird to me. But then I've seen footage of them all celebrating Arsenal winning it tonight. And you sit there and think, how much of that stuff was for the cameras as well? And maybe it's me. Maybe I've become really cynical as I've got into my late 30s and my 40s. But I just grew up being taught to say what you think and feel from an honest place. And maybe it's the content creation world. Maybe I'm behind the curve on a different page. I don't know, whatever it is. But I just feel like people just say things now, rather than say what they think and feel. But I'm really happy for you guys because I think any Arsenal fan, I have actually seen some of the Arteta outers tonight, by the way, claim that their high standards is why you guys got over the line. And
I knew it.
Because me and Henry Wright spoke about this and we predicted they would say that. But I actually think it's you guys that no one's positive 100% of the time because there's times where constructive criticism is needed. But for me, kind of you guys that have been behind your team and supportive, I think Arsenal, this idea that Arsenal have got to be like Real Madrid always makes me laugh. You're not Real Madrid, you're Arsenal. Your club performs better when there is a positive, easygoing, laid back, supportive feel to it. And it's always been that way. And as soon as, and I know football helps you feel that way, but as soon as 2022, 2023 came, and it's little things, you played better football, yes, but you got the dog, you had North London forever. There's all these little things that were going on. And everybody just felt more positive. Since then, your team's just gone through the roof. And the few times where the toxicity has maybe become a little bit loud is when you've had bad runs of form again. And as soon as everybody's positive at your club, you win. And I haven't quite, like someone who's been involved in social media since it started from a football front, as soon as you guys are positive, you win more games. So the guys that have been supportive, dropped the toxicity and just got behind their team, stood up. And it's brave to do it as well, because in the social media world, you get left alone if you're negative about your own club. You're looked at as like a hero by everybody else. So fair play to everybody that kind of stood up and backed their team and supported their team. But yeah, I just made up for you guys because I think what you guys have been through in the last 4 or 5 years is almost unprecedented in football. The only time it's going to be matched or eclipsed is if Man United get anywhere near back to challenging level. It will also go into overdrive as well, which is why I find it weird that United and Arsenal fans fight each other, because it's sort of, we both get treated the same by the media, by the newspapers, by the PGMOL, and yet we sort of at each other's necks. And I sit there and think, I actually think, not that we should become friends per se, but there's this element of, well, Wenger and Fergie did, and a lot of people disrespect it by saying this because Fergie didn't see Wenger as a threat. It wasn't that. Is that we saw all these new people come into football that were doing it the untraditional way, and there was almost this element of, although we're enemies, at least when we fought each other, it was fair. No one was cheating. There was no 115. There was no oil. It was just we did it in the right way. that's why I think they grew a bond together, because there was a yin and a yang element to it. Then suddenly you had these people that have come in that have all now been proven to be cheats, or on the precipice of being proven to be cheats, that they kind of bonded over that. And I find it weird that Man United and Arsenal fans are still at each other's throats when you consider everything else that's gone on in football in the last sort of 15 or so years. But yeah, like, overall, just really happy for you guys. And it feels like a lot of, not validation, but vindication for many, many people tonight.
Yeah.
Gary, just the quick one. Sorry, Anton, just the quick one. You would know, as someone who did martial arts, it's like you grew, the most respect is grown for your enemy when you fight each other, and that's the real rivalry. You hate the guy, but you love him at the same time, and that's how it should be for me,
Yeah, I agree. I want to welcome a very special person, though. I'm happy that Terry and my dad came on almost at the same time. So everybody knows, this is the reason why I support Arsenal. There was no option for me from the moment I was born into his household that I was only going to ever be an Arsenal supporter. For everybody who don't believe me that I'm actually British, now you'll get the absolute proof. Dad, I waited for so long to celebrate this with you. Like, I've said this to you so many times. Like, and then we're gonna celebrate together, obviously, on Sunday when we lift the trophy. But how are you feeling, Alba? Like that we finally did it. We finally got over the line. We're the champions of England, Arsenal Football Club.
Unbelievable. It really is, after all these years. Anton will give testimony, but we have a little WhatsApp group with him and his brother and me, the three of us. And I after Anton and I were watching the game together last night, a couple hours later, I wrote a message in there saying, we so need Bournemouth to keep that undefeated record going for one more game, because I can just imagine that tension. The tension that we felt at West Ham and the tension that we felt yesterday against Burnley be nothing what it would have been like at Crystal Palace if City had won today. And all the neutrals and all the haters and the journalists as well, this could be Pep's last game and they could win a second domestic treble and Arsenal could be, once again blow it. Wouldn't that be amazing? And I'm thinking to myself, we'll be sitting there like on tenterhooks. So I was like, we don't want that. We don't want that. We need somehow for it to happen tomorrow. So I'm so happy that it did. I think it was so typical that Haaland managed to score anyway. But unfortunately for us, only with not enough time to do anything. So it feels amazing after all these years to finally do it. And, I just caught what Terry was saying there about the haters. To me, it's just there's been so much of it for so long. I couldn't believe it. There were actually people that were actually saying only a few weeks ago, when we also these few games that looked like we may be trying to blow it, where people were saying, I don't think Arteta's got it to take us to the next level, and he seems to be a good motivator of people, but doesn't seem nobody he's talking about with tactics. And I was like, where are these people getting this stuff from? And if things would have gone terribly tonight, there would be people calling for his head. It's like, you gotta be kidding. And I want to add in here, because Anton and I actually were talking about this yesterday, that I think that everybody at the club has to take a tremendous amount of credit for sticking with Arteta and giving him time. At the beginning, when he used to go on about, we have the program, and everyone used to make fun. The process. Yeah. His process going on too flippant long, But now the process has finally worked, and we've finally got the fruits. And if you look at all these clubs out there, including Man United to some degree, Terry, but certainly if you look around, Tottenham still are not safe. How many managers have they had in the last goodness knows how long? Leicester just got relegated to League One, right? They got rid of Ranieri like a few minutes after winning the league. It was 5,000 to 1 shot, whatever it was. Why? Wolves are going to be are being relegated. They were doing well with Spirito Santo. Okay, true, he's probably still an opportunity to be relegated with West Ham, but with them, he was doing well. There's so many examples of this where you have managers who are doing well. Obviously, Pochettino at Tottenham. It was the same kind of thing there after they lost obviously from our point of view, it was fantastic when they lost the Champions League final, but from their point of view, it was like, you got almost to the precipice of winning the Champions League, and you're like, nah, I don't think this man has what it takes to keep going. We're going to get rid of him. 6 months later, the guy's gone. All the teams who have done that, right? Forest this year barely made it after having gone through 3 managers, etc. This thing that somehow, you know, just we could tweak a little bit. Maybe we could go to the next level, and not realizing that there's a lot of things that can go wrong, and you can actually find yourself in a lot worse situation. It seems to be something that just seems to be across football, and I'm so grateful that Arsenal didn't go that way. They stuck with this man. It's taken him 6.5 years, but my God, are we not happy tonight that we stuck with him?
Hey, we absolutely are. Hey, and Terry, man, I want to ask you a question, but first of all, I want to say I'm a big fan. You're an absolute legend. You're a huge inspiration to all of us here in this space, of course. And as Arteta has now won the league, and it's proven that this project and the trusting the process has kind of worked, do you think that that type of approach to, you know, as a club as a whole, as having a project manager for a long period of time is still the way to go in the league? Because other teams have rotating managers and they don't really stick with a project and have struggled. So do you think the way of old, like Wenger, like Fergie, that were there forever, and now Pep, of course, that's had all this success for a long time, is that still the way to go to win the Premier League?
I think there's elements of the old school that can work, but I think with Arsenal, as much as Arteta has been a spearhead and a pioneer to get you back to where you are, I don't necessarily think the club is structured in a way where if he leaves tomorrow, it's all going to crumble. I think what you guys have done is you wouldn't then move on to a head coach that is so completely different to Arteta, the profiles of players that he wants, the style of football where everything's in a mess. The same as City. If you look now, they're moving on to Enzo Maresca, who was one of his sort of disciples. They're looking to create that continuity. Liverpool did that year one with Slot. They changed manager, but they kept everything very much the same, the way they played, trained, stylistic way of approaching games. And then this summer, they went, okay, you've won the league. We'll let you completely change it. The profiles of players, the training, the way we play games, and they're falling off the edge of a cliff. So I think there's an element of truth to it. I think continuity always helps. I think if I look at United as an example, what didn't help Rashford, who was a very talented young player, LVG, Jose, Oli, Ralph Ragnick, Ten Hag, Ruben for a period. Every single one of them wanted to train and operate in a different way. So every 18 months, every 12 months, 18 months, we're making this young player play in a new way, train in a new way. There's no continuity in that. So from my point of view, I think you can do what Arsenal have done, but there always has to be a plan beyond the manager, because the manager might fail, the manager might get a better job, the manager might decide I want to move on. And starting again from scratch, I think, is dangerous. So I think there's an element of the Fergie Wenger era where you want that continuity, but equally you need it to be a little bit plug and play, where if the manager decides to go, you haven't got to rip everything up and start over again. And it's finding that balance, as it were, between those two. And I was in Amsterdam at Soccer-X a few weeks ago, and obviously was at the Johan Cruyff arena, and was talking to a few of the Ajax fans there, and that's how their club is built. That you know, the likes of Johan Cruyff and people before him kind of built that style of football, and then it just continues. And everyone that comes into Ajax has to be able to coach in a very similar way. If you can't, you don't get the job. And I think that the English clubs have, because we predominantly hire foreign managers, you have to operate in a way that the foreigners are brought up on, which is they're more head coaches than they are managers. Because even Arteta, he does have more of a say. He doesn't run the football club. Fergie and Wenger run the finances. They run the accountants. They pick this. No one does that anymore. But it's this element of you've got to get that balance right. And I thought Liverpool had done it year one with Slot. I thought, what? I remember thinking, Jesus Christ, they've actually done it perfectly. And then the bastards went the other direction. It's fallen apart. So that's it. Like, I think Arteta is going to stay for a good few more years at Arsenal. But you know, once you start getting towards 8, 9, 10 years, that is when you're normally moving into a realm where a manager moves on. Even in the old days, that was a long time. The most important thing at that stage for Arsenal to do is go, right, this is working. We're winning trophies. We're in title races with X, Y, and Z. Can we find someone that can come in and pick up the baton? It's almost like a relay race. You've got to look at it like a relay race, and someone's just picking up that baton and continuing the race for you. And I think if English clubs have got to adapt to that, I think that's what City are trying to do. And I think they're going to be quite successful with it, because although Enzo Maresca is not this powerhouse name, I think he's as great as Pep is. Pep's a little bit, you look at the clubs he's managed prior, they all operate in a way, club system, club approach over a manager. And I think that's why City will continue. And City have adopted that. And I think they're going to get it down, to be fair with you. And if it doesn't work with with that, whoever comes in, you can just replace them. It just becomes, you keep replacing them until you find the right person. Where with Man United, what we did wrong for 13 years is every new manager then started his own new project from scratch again every time. And it was just, imagine trying to build a house and 18 months in, you go, I'm going to change builders. But instead of continuing to build the house that somebody else started, they'd knock it down, they'd dig out the foundations and start again. I mean, you're never going to have a home. And I think you just got to get that balance right in the modern day game.
Yeah. One thing that I've always felt like has been, I think, laughed at about Arteta, but not appreciated, is sort of where he took us from where he was at the beginning. And people were laughing at second, and, you know, not getting over the line in a semi-final of the Champions League, or not getting over the line in the final of the Cup. But the year-on-year progression was always there with Mikel Arteta. Like, I'm so happy that this narrative of, hey, if he doesn't get it over the line this year, he's got to go. And I admit, I said that as well earlier this year, and I still feel like if maybe that was going to be the case, that probably would have been my line of thinking, just because I don't know if the players would have been able to kind of get up and go it and believe it and do it again. But this shows that progression and league position is just as important, if not more important, than trophies. Because all the conversation about, hey, you know, you guys still haven't won a trophy yet, but when you're second again, over and over and over again, and you're knocking on that door, eventually you're going to knock the door over. And you have to appreciate that the guy has raised the standard. He's taken also from a team that was mentally weak, I was a soft underbelly. Everybody used to disparage Arsenal for that. And he's actually made them into what everybody said that Arsenal needed to be. And yet, now, you know, Arsenal doesn't play pretty football anymore, or you might have to get rid of him because, you know, the football isn't good. I just feel so good that all that bullshit and all that type of stuff is kind of gone and out of the way. And you can actually kind of appreciate the man for what he is, which is the first player who's ever played and won the Premier League. A gal was telling me that earlier, which is just, that's insane to think of all the years that we've watched Premier League football, that this is the first time that's ever happened. I think he's actually first one that actually maybe it was captain.
No, that being his captain. That's been captain and
captain.
Coach.
It was captained. Yeah. And you know, me and Dad, we were sitting there when Theo Walcott was talking about it, and they were saying even back then when he was the captain of the club, everybody knew that one day that he would go on and be a great manager. That Nacho Monreal was talking about the other day, how he used to invite him and Santi Cazorla over to his house, and he would break down the football games, and they were trying to kind of help each other, help his teammates learn how to kind of be better. And the way he's brought the entire fan base together, everybody laughed at, you know, the Angel or North London Forever, and just every single time that happens at the beginning of a game, it brings me to tears. And it's like he's brought a soul back into this football club, and that's the thing that I think
it makes me want to go.
Yeah. Exactly. We were the Highbury Library. Like, Dad would remember all that. Like, to think it gone from that to what it was like at Atletico Madrid and last night. It's funny that those are the first two games my brother ever got to be at the Emirates, which is, you know, interesting timing for all those who had spent years and years and years going through the suffering and the pain of some of those awful days we've had at home. For him to be his first games to be that. But yeah, that's for me, that's just kind of where I feel Arteta needs to get his credit. He's transformed the football club from a Wenger in, Wenger out, Kroenke in, Kroenke out. We had airplanes with banners over the top to where we are now. Like, we're Premier League champions. Like, that's the stuff that's what makes me cry on streams. You know, thinking about all the pain we've had to suffer, and you don't really appreciate any of that type of stuff until it actually happens. And I feel like a lot of our fans have lost sight of that. over the years. And that's why I have to give credit to guys like Dan, which is why I align myself with him so much, because he remembers all that stuff. Agal remembers all that stuff. Even my dad remembers all that stuff all the time. He always reminds me all the time, and it's such a great feeling to know that we're actually here now. That we've gotten over the line. We don't have to deal with this anymore, and it's a lesson to all the other teams. I actually think that Chelsea have come along. They've hired Alonso, and I think he's come in for them at the perfect time, because first off, him and Mikel are close mates. But I feel like he might be the solution for them, unfortunately, because they've now seen the blueprint that Arsenal have done. Yeah, it is.
If they give him the reins, then yes. If they give him the reins, it could be sort of like I was saying, like a project, and they'll give him the whole contract. They won't fire him after 6 months. They'll let him actually try and work, But I'm not going to believe that until I see it, to be honest with you.
Yeah. For me, the one very important thing is that we all know what happened post the 2005-2006 Invincibles. It was like we all lost belief and hope in the Cronkies. And finally, if you've seen the interviews, finally it looks like the younger son, or the son of Stan Kroenke, it looks like we finally have some backing. Josh. And we really don't take this for granted, and we will invest the money and keep on going. That's the pathway is there.
One of the things I think is very different. One of the things I think is very different. Here we are of course, it's going to be a tough game against PSG, but we're in that final. It's still one of those nightmare moments that come back into my memory, sitting there watching us in the final back in 2006. In fact, my brother, one time we were talking about that final, and I said, I still don't understand what Jens Lehmann was thinking. So my brother says, you know what, I wouldn't ask him if I were you. But it's just hilarious. But anyway, hopefully it'll be better this time. But I think what's so different now is that that was 2 years after the Invincibles win, and that squad was, that would have been the crowning achievement. It was at the end of its time. You look at this squad now. I mean, you've got one or two players, like Trossard and so forth. Are getting into their mid-30s, who are probably going to have to be moved on and so forth. But most of this squad are only just beginning, right? Yeah. And then you've got people, like Dalman and so forth, who are just emerging, and MLS has been so great in the last few games and so forth. So I think that's the big advantage here, that we don't have to see this as the end of an era, but very much the beginning of a new one. And so, all being well, of course, as you say, it depends on do United get their act together? Does what happens with City now? What about Liverpool? Do they bounce back? What about Chelsea, etc.? Obviously, there's always going to be competition, but you feel as if this could be the beginning of something and not just a one-off. I hope I'm not tempting fate by saying that, but I have a feeling that that there could be more to come. We have a question for Terry about the style, right? I mean, when you were talking about when Arsenal looked so amazing the first year when we came runners up in 2022, we've got over the line this time, but some of the football has been more like I remember from the George Graham days than from the good old Arsene Wenger days, when we played beautiful football and so forth.
1-0 to the Arsenal.
Do you think that now there could be a possibility that things will open up a touch, or do you think that this is the blueprint now, and we're going to continue to look, do the 1-0 to the Arsenal in trying to defend the title next year?
Maybe. I think that there could be an element where the players feel a bit more relaxed in games, especially in the back end of the season. But I think what Arteta has done, and it just seems to have been missed by most pundits, is that nearly every single team in the Premier League, barring Arsenal, is so acceptable to counterattacks. Where you guys, of course, you've conceded on the counter, but even chances on the counter-attack are less frequent, deeper against you because of the way you operate. And I think that Arteta has recognised something which Pep hasn't. And Pep, 2 seasons running, essentially hasn't won the title because his team can't handle counter-attacks. Tonight's goal was because of a counter-attack. So many of the goals that Pep concede, or the chances they concede, is on the counter. And I think Arteta has realised, and it's just been complete. I'm not a tactico. I can't break it down like those geeks do. But from my point of view, I look at it and think I see a team that doesn't get countered versus 19 other teams that do get countered, and you guys have won the league. I think that adding some more star quality will help, because I think that your left-hand side, Trossard, was very good in the last 3 or 4 games. But I think Trossard and Martinelli in the league this season have been well below Arsenal standard. But I actually think centrally in the midfield, on the right, when Saka's played, Saka hasn't had great GA this year, but I think Saka's been so underrated in terms of his performances. But I think adding more quality will also help, because I think there's probably been about 10 games this season that you could have just killed off earlier, got the second goal, got the third goal, and you would have felt more relaxed. But I think that Arteta is just set up in a way that means you barely concede opportunities. And Sir Alex said this, and he was right. And it works every year. You may not have the best defensive record every season, but no one wins the league without being good defensively. And Arteta has found a way of stopping those counterattacks. And even Wolves, who are going to go down with one of the record lowest points, they're really dangerous on the counterattack in the Premier League. There's so much power and pace in this league now. And I just think you got it right. So I don't see a massive change next year. What I think you'll do is buy a better attacker or two, and then they'll individually score you more goals. So, but then what you'll find is the tactics are try and make it sound like there has been this massive lobotomy to your team and everything's different. And it's no, you just got to, for instance, if you had Kvaratskhelia on your left this season and not Martinelli, you would have won many more games by another goal or two. And everybody would say, oh, the system's killing it. It's the same system with a better player in it. And I think we do that so much in football, where you bring in 2 or 3 better players, and everyone goes, oh, look at the new system. It's the same system with better players, you idiots. You know, I think we get too carried away with the tactics, I think, sometimes, where often you saw Pep last year, 1 win in 13, drops £500 million on his squad, wins more. Who knew? You know, it's buy a better player. It does well, yeah.
Yeah. But I think you're right to a certain extent. I think one thing that people don't realize, I know.
It's very late. I've got to say, I've got to shoot because it's very late, and I've got to go out with the kids in about 3
hours. All good, man. No, dude,
thanks so much, Terry.
I appreciate you coming on, Terry. Like,
man.
Not a problem at all. Enjoy your night, gentlemen, and I'm sure we'll speak again.
Yeah, we will. I'll see you soon, bud.
Yeah, take care, guys. Bye-bye. Nice to meet you all.
Yeah. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that was Terry Flores. It was, honestly, I took a shot in the dark. I said, hey, Terry, you know what? I'm a small channel. But you know, you're my good friend here, and I'm
subject that might be worth discussing at this point, because it's been so controversial throughout the whole season. Now that we've won the league and we've got to where we've got to, what's the verdict on Gyökeres? Was it a success or not?
There you go. Look, you know what? I'll let some of the other boys come in on this, Dad, but because you've heard my my take on this many times.
I know Anton's a massive fan,
but
so it's got to be at least 2.
But okay, so Abba, this is the point, and I was going to actually make this point before Terry dropped off, which is this season we won the league, but yet
I mean, look, there certainly was a point earlier on when I was thinking, oh my gosh, is this guy really the guy? But I think overall he's been so badly treated. You know, I mean, his numbers really are not that bad, and you often see with a big signing that it's the second season where you really see their value. So I'm looking forward to seeing what happens next year, because I think, especially if, as Terry was just saying, we get someone else who can be just a little bit better to play with him and understands where he needs the ball a little bit better than some of these guys have done until recently. I think it could be a totally different story. I think we might really see the best of it. I hope so.
Well, wouldn't you agree that he's gotten better as the season's gone on?
Yeah, definitely, for sure. And
I mean, it took Henry 9 games, right?
Yeah, and the fun thing is the biggest cheer in the second half last night. I saw this in one of the articles. It was true. I was saying after that, it was true. The biggest cheer was when he stopped the throw-in, right? With about 5 minutes to go in the game, right? And he was like, "This is the physicality that this guy brings to the team. That is just not there with anyone else." Yeah.
Yeah. When the ball goes up there and he's in, I'm always like, get there. Because I know he's under it somewhere. I'm a fan.
Yeah. Look, here's the bottom line, though.
In 20 years, isn't he?
Oh, yeah. But I think that the bottom line of this is that Arsenal just won the Premier League officially now. That we've done so in a season where we signed. How's it gone on?
I can hear you.
Can you not hear me?
No, I can't hear Anton.
Right.
Oh,
Wait.
I can hear
Let me
him.
see.
Speaking, I think.
I can hear Anton as
Can you?
well.
Okay, that's weird. I can hear you guys, but not him. Oh, yeah.
Let
Now
me
he's
just
in.
It says,
jump
it says it's in all right. Wait, Dad, can you not hear me? Because I've got the I'll bring the mic closer to my face. Let me
That's
take my
awesome.
thing off my head.
Lauren can hear you.
This season we've won the league, but we
I can't
signed
hear you.
8 new players, all of
Wow.
which. Can you hear me now, Dad? Can't hear me?
Lauren says stop yelling.
Yeah, we won the league. Can you not hear me?
I don't know if he can. We can.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
you can hear me.
yeah.
Okay. All right. We won the league in a
Anton, can you
season
hear me?
where. Dad, can you hear me?
Nothing.
Maybe
he's
try
dropped off a little bit.
rejoin.
Who,
Maybe
me?
his mic got cut off. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. Dad, can you hear the other boys?
No idea.
Can you hear
What are you
Jake and
guys thinking about
JT?
PSG? Can we do it?
I don't know.
Wait,
Can you
Dad.
hear me,
I was in the
Anton's
middle of.
Give us a thumbs
You
up if you
can
hear
call
us.
him.
Can you hear any of us?
What do you think? You confident?
Give us a thumbs
Wait.
up. No, I don't think he can hear.
Dad, can you hear us?
He's asked us if we're going to win against PSG.
Yeah.
Yes, we are.
Dad, can you hear them?
Very good.
Okay,
Oh,
okay.
it's
Okay,
me
cool.
that people are not
You
hearing.
guys go.
I'm not
No,
sure.
we can hear you. We can hear
But
you.
you-
I don't know if maybe it's
I
just
can't
you
hear
can't hear me.
Lauren.
Anton, maybe try to jump in and out. To
Maybe
to
I'll
reset
maybe I'll
it.
head back into the studio and I'll go back into the studio maybe.
Yeah.
I'll just hop off. I'll get you guys chat and I'll
Alright.
get back into the studio.
Yeah,
So
that sounds fine. That sounds
So
fine. But as far as
let me
Jokeres is, yeah, go ahead, JT. Go ahead.
let me jump in.
Yeah.
Because we heard a lot of positives about Jokeres.
Can't hear me.
I like him. I like his work rate, but I think the stylistical fit wasn't there. It was like Jokeres was the complete opposite striker of what I was used to from Arsenal since ever I started watching. But I think he's so resilient, and he just tried so hard to make it work until it worked. So I have to give him his flowers, but the system isn't really fitting the type of striker that he is.
I think he's perfect for us because when we struggle to break teams down, we can then pull them onto us, right? And hit it long. And he collects the long balls. He brings in the hold up play a whole lot better than Havertz, definitely a whole lot better than Jesus, because both of them come way deep, right? And like you say, it's a way different thing. Even yesterday, the way Kai Havertz was pulling to the right and getting into those pockets instead of being in the box like Gyökeres would have been, they're a whole different type of profile. And I think as the season has gone on, Gyökeres has gotten more comfortable with those around him, gotten more comfortable with what Arteta's telling him to do. And I think as a Odegaard, Saka, Rice, Zubimendi, I think they have all started to learn him as well, like Mr. Barada was saying, that in the second season, maybe that's going to contribute to us maybe coming out a little bit, like I was saying earlier, because they all know each other a little bit better. And I think he has gotten better as the season's worn on, and he's come up clutch. And maybe that's just because he is, one of the top strikers around. I mean, you don't score 100 goals in 2 seasons, whatever it was, no matter where you're at, without being, at least halfway decent. He did outscore Haaland in the Champions League, and that's why we bought him at the end of the day. And we brought Gyökeres in to win the Champions League. He's won us a league, or at least contributed 15 goals to that. And now all we need
21
is
overall.
There you go. Now all we need is I'm desperate for Gyökeres to get the winner in the Champions League final. I know that's just like for me to be like, I told everybody, I told you so, is kind of where that's coming from. And I'm not usually that guy, but that would be so sweet, because I've been saying it all season that we brought Gyökeres in to win the Champions League. And maybe that's why he didn't start yesterday.
That's a perfect segue into the question of the Champions League finals.
In case he got injured, you mean, and he wasn't available?
Yeah, that
Okay.
too.
Can you hear me now, everybody?
Yes, definitely.
Okay, cool. So I wanted to point out. My dad asked me about Gyökeres. The thing because like I wanted to say this while Terry was here, because KJ has been saying, hey, look, once Arsenal win the league, I think this is kind of him being hoping. He's like, once Arsenal win the league, they're going to be
Just
a bit
let
of a
him go.
drop off because
Can you guys hear him?
We can, yeah. I don't think you can, but we can hear him.
Why can he, my dad?
I'm not sure why he
everybody
can't
else?
hear you. Maybe it's like a familial thing. Like I don't know.
I don't know. Some of the comments. Lauren saying, "Stop yelling."
Big up the chat, by the way.
Yeah. That's it. Albo England 2000 Premier League champions
In the building.
I
Albo.
still can't. I see Mookie's coming on and said, "Come on, you Gunners."
All right, guys. Well, I'm not sure if I can hear or what. So I'm gonna say goodbye. Up the Arsenal.
Right,
we
cool.
did it.
Hey, thanks for coming.
Thank you for
Thanks
coming
for coming on.
Thanks for coming on, Dad. That was my father, ladies and gentlemen. I know he's probably hearing me with the audio.
Some technical difficulties in the end, but yeah, big ups.
That's the guy who created me. You know.
What's his first name? I never caught his first name. I was calling him Mr. Barada.
Steven. His name's Steven.
Okay.
Baroda.
Jake,
you call him Barada.
My fault. Baroda.
We're not to be confused with the president of football of Manchester United.
Definitely
not. Terry's gone, so we can say that. Omar, that's Omar Barada.
My bad. That's my bad. Nana's just got back from the stadium.
Give us some tea. What happened at the Emirates? Nana's just returned from the Emirates.
Who?
Nana Stat.
Give us some tea.
Just got back from the stadium. Tell me what's going on. Let us know. Let us know. By the way, for everyone, the link has been pinned to the top of the chat. You guys are more than welcome to come on at any time. What a stream it's been. Honestly, to have Terry in here on Fire Them Cannons, guys. Legend. I really hope you guys enjoyed being there, amazing. Listening to him speak. Because he's without Terry, there is no Fire Them Cannons. Like he gave me an audience, he gave me a platform, and I'm really grateful to him for that. And
he's definitely
he really didn't have. He does not. He never comes on to small channels. By the way, he never comes on to small channels. So
right,
and especially so late in the night. Shout out.
Yeah. I counted him out. I was like, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. If he doesn't come on, no bad.
They're gonna run it back. They're gonna run it back next weekend,
dude. I know. That's the beauty of it. And we can all kind of go back and tell that for a second. I do want to talk about Arsenal and where we can go from here. And Jake, we've talked about this for a while. But one thing people need to realize is that we are Premier League champions. We're sitting here at Premier League champions today, and Victor Gyökeres is his first season at Arsenal. That's kind of the one thing I was saying. I do think that next year is the year where he's going to have to give me 25 to 30 goals as a minimum, and I think you'll get it from him as well, because he'll be settled. He'll be used to the physicality of the league. Also, the system, the players have 1 year of knowing kind of where he likes to be in his spots. They started to kind of figure it out a little bit late on, Jake, as you said. But we've signed 8 new players this year. Martin Zubimendi is going to be a better player. He's going to have gotten used to playing in the physicality of the league, playing as many games as he's had to do. I'll tell you, I'd take him out of the firing line because he's not used to playing that many games at Crystal Palace. You know, like we were wondering if Eze was a bust at some time this year, right? Noni's got his own. I think Noni is what he is, man.
Today's not the day for agendas. Today's not the day for agendas.
I think that's exactly what it is. Yeah. I think he is what he is, man. Mosquera this is only the start. Dude, the guy's barely how old? 20 years old?
21.
Like,
I think.
Yeah, exactly. 21. He's just joined. I'm blanking on a few of the other signings that came in. Encapié.
Encapié, cheeks,
dude.
Bell to
ass cheeks. Oh man.
By the way, where's 13 times? I want when you come in here, you
Where's
better be having a
14?
different name.
14 times. Big up the chat.
Dude.
Always.
By the way, shout out the legend Thierry Henry, number 14, and this is dedicated to him.
Yes,
Premier
it
League
is.
number 14, Thierry Henry, number 14.
There
Let's
it
go.
is.
Yeah.
The 14th league.
Delivered to you by number 14.
Come on.
Guys, this is shameless, right? Everyone's here is going to tell me that Aubameyang is the second best ever Arsenal player that wear number 14. How many Premier League titles does Pierre Aubameyang have at Arsenal? After Thierry,
it's a slippery slope.
Originated, right? They of course got Theo, who I mentioned earlier, and big up Theo. But Victor Gyökeres is the first striker since Thierry Henry to win a Premier League title. He just wins league titles, by the way. He's won the last 2 years in Portugal. He's gonna have the big Premier League on his shoulders, walking down with the famous video of him the last couple of seasons doing it in Portugal. He'll be doing it this year, man.
He'll be doing it once more.
I honestly can't wait for it. I cannot. But we're gonna even if we don't sign anybody, we're gonna be better next year than we were this year.
Oh, we're signing.
Martin Odegaard missed so much of this season, just like last season. Havertz missed so much of this season. There were times when Gabriel went down at the end of October, and we were missing him until basically just until the start of January when he came back. I think it was the Villa home was his first game back, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Saliba was in and out at different times. We had Rice even missed. There was times when I thought Rice might have got hurt. He thank God has played the whole year. Calafiori again missed so much of the season. Timber has been missing since March. I can create the list of all these people. Marino has been out for a long time, and we still won the Premier League title anyway. Saka, I missed that out. He missed a long time. There were times me and James
had more injuries,
and there were all of the reports that Saka was carrying this injury where if he was really so far on the red line that if he kept playing, that he could have done something really bad. I forgot the name of the injury that we were talking about at the time.
Achilles.
But
it was Achilles, the Achilles tendon.
Yeah, but we're still sitting here, and then we still have the Champions League final to come.
Listen, it's a huge shout out to Andrea Berta, my man, fighting Diego Simeone, by the way. A huge shout out to him, because if we was the team that we were the last season with this many injuries, we would have crumbled. The squad depth.
We did.
Won the league,
We did. That's what happened last season, right?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
We actually had more injuries this season. Can you believe it? Than we had last season.
Like JT said, Berta built that squad up.
And that's what pissed me off about all the conversations, right? Which about the Gyökeres stuff. I'll take you back to October. We were keeping a crazy clean sheet record, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Gyökeres had just got hurt after he scored the goal and the assist against Burnley.
Mm-hmm.
When Gyökeres came back from injury, everyone's like, "Hey, I'd rather have Mikel Arteta up front," and I'm like, "I just don't see it." Like we thought, oh well, we had Marino. He took us all the way to the Champions League semifinal. Or we have Havertz. Havertz going to be the savior. If we didn't have time, Victor Gyökeres. By the way, both of those players missed huge chunks of the season with injury. There's no way in hell we're even in the top four with that this season, like in terms of without having a real recognized striker. Like, I
agree.
By the way,
that's why we signed him. We signed him. We were all like, "Hey, Gyökeres, Sesko. Take you all the way back to July. Gyökeres, Sesko." We had, and I feel like, sorry. I got the bottle cap from the champagne.
It was always Gyökeres for me.
By the way,
the
big thing about Gyökeres is as well the injury-prone players that we have, and Gyökeres was always available, always. Even if he was injured, he just continued on. That's the big thing. Kai Havertz in and out of the team. Gyökeres was there, never a doubt. Same as Rice,
Yeah, and I told everybody. And by the way, that's the other thing. Outside Declan Rice, the fittest athlete at Arsenal is Victor Gyökeres.
Facts.
Like, and that's why I didn't get the fucking fat jokes that he was getting at the start of the year. Remember all that?
Yeah.
Like
Cringe.
the jeans jokes. No,
He should
guys, he's
should
a
wear
Premier League
jeans
champion.
and Timberlands and take a picture with a donut and the Premier League trophy.
On the parade.
Mm.
Yeah, he should just
Yeah,
have
look.
a box of donuts at the parade. Yeah.
Actually,
Like
should just show up to the
Timberland.
parade, yeah, in jeans, like skinny
In
jeans, like
in Timberlands. Absolutely.
Call my man
They
Billy
should
Jean.
get him. They should get him like a, you know how they do, like used to do floats in local parades or whatever. They should get him like one of those old timey wagons, like for settlers, because people kept calling him a caravan, and they'll just get him a big old wagon, and he can sit up on top of it. Just straight trolling, just straight up trolling. Oh man, oh dude. Pick up the IG music there. It says in North London it was a crazy night. I bet.
Yeah, dude. I cannot wait to see all the videos. Like, honestly,
Oh,
it's gonna be
I'm gonna save them forever.
JT, I want to go because since then, obviously Terry popped in and my dad popped in. Run me through the end of the Bournemouth game today.
Bro.
What was your point of realization that, hey, we're going to be Premier League champions? Did you cry? Did you? Was there an outburst of emotions? Run me through it. You and in your living room in Slovakia, like.
I was like, you know, I am a really, really balanced fan, and I don't over celebrate, let's say. But when I seen the substitution from Pep, I was like, oh man, my man is crumbling, my man is holding the bottle. When he brought up Foden, Savio, shout out Nes, by the way, Savusi.
Oh yeah, I know. I see Savio. I thought of Nes right away. I'm like, this is it. We're done.
I was like, he was crumbling, and I was celebrating since minute 60. I was like,
Semenyo off, Savio on.
You know, I was ribbing him in the chat. I was ribbing him in our group chat for sure.
And I was like, either you die a hero or you live long enough to become a villain. And I'm all like, fuck it.
Yes.
DJ Dens, big up DJ Dens. By the way, what is their subscribe? I hope my subscriber count has jumped today.
Yeah, make sure you're liking and subscribing, people.
I've given the people. Yeah, I've given the people Terry Floors. I've delivered Terry. I called my shot. I told Jake last night. I said I'm going to get Jake. I'm going to take Terry to come on. And Jake's like, you know what? If you don't ask, it doesn't happen. I'm like, it'll happen.
By the way, big shout out to Terry, and big shout out to Anton, because as Anton said, no, he doesn't do it for anyone. And I really loved his words that he enjoyed the league title because of you guys that come on his channel, you know, and he really respects you. And he just confirmed it with coming to your channel, you know. It was like, you really
Terry's
can see
a legend.
He didn't need to come, you know. You wouldn't be angry or anything, but he came. That's big shout out to him.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no,
so make sure that you're locked into his merch drop. They just dropped some merch over there too.
Dude,
so
by the way,
sure
I've already got the merch coming in.
I'm gonna get the Rice one with the Arsenal or scared. Are you scared?
That's one thing. That's the disadvantage of being a YouTuber. I'm sitting here on all these streams, and all the fucking Champions merch has been fucking sold out across the Arsenal released him. It's been sold. And I'm like, oh come on, is there a second batch coming? Because I'll jump on that shit so hot. Like,
of course, there's a second batch coming. Of course.
Look, I just need, to be honest, I don't even need a shirt. I just need the medal. I need it for content. I need the fucking Premier League.
I think I might give me a little mini Premier League trophy. Just
I might give myself the full size Premier League trophy.
I want one of the trophies that JT's got.
I was doing it again. I want
one of those.
I'll do it. I'll do it next Sunday because I think as part of it is the Bottega. But I was going to ask Terry to get his trophy from behind his studio when we were on the stream today. I forgot to do it.
Yeah,
because I asked him yesterday. He was like, "Remind me." I didn't.
Oh man, dude. But yeah, I think that I'm back and forth. Maybe, you know, because IG Music says there maybe we should rest the whole team.
I love the kit, love the shirt, man. You're doing
nice.
the Seb. You're doing the Seb.
The Seb wearing it backwards. But I don't know, man. I wouldn't mind seeing Rice rest versus Palace, but also I think for a little bit at least we should play the team we're gonna play.
Everyone should fucking rest against Palace, man.
I mean,
We have a Champions League
90. We're not gonna play the full 90, of course, but we could, maybe for 20 minutes play the team that's gonna play in Paris.
You know who should start against Palace? Zubamendi.
Zubamendi.
Yeah. No, Zubamendi.
Yeah.
He's missed the last few games. He needs a chance to be able to kind of win his place back a little bit, because at the end of the day, guys, as great as Miles, as great as Miles has been and he's come back, and good as Odegaard was yesterday, we're playing one of the best attacking team in Europe in the next week.
He's going to go back to our bread and butter.
Have Martin Zubamendi in the midfield. We're going to need it. You got Vitinha, João Neves, the like those types of players.
That's what he's going back to. It's going to be
Barcola, Dembele. You have to have defensive players. You have to be able to have defensive players. And this is one thing I love, right? Now that we've got the title under the belt, we can go into that. Arteta can do whatever the tactics that he feels like needs to go and wins the game, because now he's shown you guys, shut the fuck up. I got you the trophy. I know what it takes to get over the line. Trust me on this. And if we don't get it, we don't get it. We're still Premier League champions. That's the other thing. We got nothing to lose now. The pressure is gone. Whatever. Exactly.
Fact.
Everyone's saying you have zero. My boss said you have 5% chance of winning that. I'm like, we're unbeaten in the Champions League. But whatever.
I'm not bothered about
whatever,
it.
Man. I'm not begging to be favorites.
Boys, wild prediction. 1-0 to the Arsenal.
Oh wow! How wild! How wild!
I would love it. I would absolutely. And as a goal, I'll take that all day long. I'm confident, man. And it comes from, like you've said, Anton. We are now champions, and we're gonna go win the Champions League. It's our league because we're champions now. We're actually finally the champions of England in the Champions League, and that confidence is going to be there going into that game. Not to mention, it's a familiar foe, and we owe them one. So we'll be up for it, and all of the issues that I've always said over this last season and maybe this last 18 months has been that it's been up here. It's been a mentality hurdle that we still have to get over. Guess what? We're over it. We're over that hurdle. All of that noise about the bottlers and we choke at the last moment or whatever, it's in a neat bow. It's on the shelf because we're past all of that. We've gotten it over the line. The confidence that we can get it over the line. Remember what I said? We needed to face that final defeat versus the Carabao in the Carabao Cup. We needed that. And now we've pushed on and we've won it. We have gotten it over the line. And so we know that we can get it over the line. So there's no it's free.
What did I say, Jake, after the FA Cup final? I said, let City fans celebrate. They got the two smaller trophies. Let's just sit back. Let's wait, because the two biggest ones are still out for grabs. And we're going to be like, all right, that's cute, your little Carabao Cup and FA Cup. Hold my beer. Premier League, Champions League.
Hold my champagne.
Half of that. Yeah. Half of the job is done.
Champagne poppy.
Big of the job. This is the one that we all really deep down have wanted for years, right? Like that's why I'm thinking I know is coming. Oh, you guys only won the Premier League. Only won the Premier League.
That's what I've been asking for.
Bro, to piggyback on what Jake said, I give you a little bit of a sneak peek into the rivals' minds. Now it's like, damn, they got over the line. Now everything is gonna be unlocked for them, and they're like, what if they go into fucking Budapest and bob PSG off the park? I will tell you this, PSG tries to attack us. They get caught on the counter. It's 0-1. What will they do? How will they score? It's like if we score first, it's done. It's done for me.
Yeah, that's how I felt about Bournemouth, by the way. And I was like, if Bournemouth score first, we're champions. I always thought that when Krupi went in, I celebrated that harder than even Havertz's goal yesterday.
So
it was I woke my girlfriend up, and good for that, because she actually could sat next to me and actually watch me win the Premier League. But
I don't know that I've ever
They're
celebrated
going to chase the game. They have to get 2 goals. And by the way, City should have got. Who was it?
5-0.
Was it Brooks?
Evan Nilsson was missing.
Oh, Evan Nilsson before.
They should have lost 4-0. They should have.
Check Evan Nilsson's PayPal. Check Evan Nilsson's PayPal. Just saying.
For real, man. They've Brooks missed 2 breakaways for one. As soon as he came on, it should have been 5-0. 100% should have been 5-0. I'm actually shocked. A, by Pep's starting lineup, and B, by the way they approach the game. But hey, whatever.
Dude,
big up the cherries.
In the game that he needed to win to stay alive, he starts Kovacic.
Yeah, man. He galaxy brained it, and I really hope that Arteta doesn't.
Like Shirky's on the bench. He's got no number 10 in there.
Yeah, it was weird. I hope Arteta doesn't galaxy brain the final and just sticks with what we're good at. Like you say, if I think he's going to bring in what we've done well all season in Zubimendi, Rice, and Odegaard in the middle. And maybe, just maybe, Anton, barring Timber, we might see the death squad because he's going to want all of our best players on the field.
I mean, you're going to have to be honest, here's the truth, right? We're playing PSG, can field the team with Barcola, with Kvaratskhelia, with Dembele, Doué. The only way you can combat that and be able to go toe-to-toe for them from an offensive standpoint, Eze can change the game. Saka can change the game. Odegaard can change the game. Gyökeres can change the game. You have the Rice and the Zubimendi to give you the solidity to allow those guys to keep going forward. That's how you beat because we've got that quality in our team. I've always said that.
By the way, I don't trust Safonov. Rice, free kick, repeat the Real Madrid stuff. Just hit the top beans. GG.
Bro, if Rice pulls out that kind of a banger in the final, statue. Cast this man in bronze.
Yeah. No, but the one thing I'm loving about this is that all these people who put so much energy towards Crystal Palace, the kind of the questions they've asked Glasner, the pressure they put on Glasner to play his best team, whatever. And I'm like, it's not gonna. I kept saying to you, Jake, right? The whole thing. I'm like, what I keep saying?
It won't matter.
It's not gonna matter. It's gonna be done by then. Matter.
They fucking made Glasner change his mind. The media pressure made him change his mind.
Now what are you gonna do?
You know what I say to it? Shout out old Kanye. I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's dropping bars.
All he has to worry about is who's going to give us a guard of honor. That's all he's really worried about.
Dude, I'm so ready.
I'm so ready for that.
For Sunday. Guys, for all of you, I want to give up my lovely girlfriend because I didn't realize she was filming me. I don't know if Jake, you've seen this. When we won the Premier League, she made a collage. It was a montage. But this is me after we won the league. Wait, the sound not work or
I can hear it. Fucking did it.
Wow, I went fuck off.
Oh my god, the Holland hate.
Amazing edit.
Stay humble, eh?
I was like,
sometimes.
That was
wait, where's the wait.
That was absolutely
here we go. Wait, where's my
get on the right setting. There it is.
Yeah, when Terry came in, I had to get rid of the Champions overlay because there were so many people. I was gonna block him.
He was like this.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh, guys, I still can't believe it. I actually can't. I mean, I can because I've been telling y'all the whole year, and I feel like I still haven't gotten that off my chest. I haven't had my "I fucking told you so" sort of moment. Maybe I'll wait. I'll save that stuff. I'll save that stuff for some of Terry's shows and down the week, because obviously I'll probably definitely be on them, which is I'll save that for the various shows that me and Jake and I'll have that tonight when I'm when Cal makes his
Wake him
return,
up, man.
he's
Wake him up.
not asleep. Cal's
Oh, he's at
Cal's
work.
in,
That's right. You
work.
said he's at work. That's right. He's because he's in Brisbane. He's not in England. Yeah. That's right.
Yeah. He's at work. Yeah, wow. Oh, I can't wait. Look, I'm seeing Rory. I'm seeing all the notifications. Rory talks football.
Oh man, everybody's on. Everybody's on. That's for
everyone's.
Sure, yeah.
I can't wait to see James's reaction. I can't wait to see Turkish's reaction. I can't wait to see Arsenal fan TV. Oh my god, I haven't seen a fucking Arsenal fan TV.
Dude, yeah, I think that Robbie found Ian Wright and they were like dancing around or something. I think that's what I saw, but I was just scrolling through them all, so I don't know. There's all kinds of different stuff already out there, man. And I'm gonna be wading through it all. I'm gonna go watch it all.
That's one thing. My advantage of me being in Australia is like this game was at 4:30, so like the time I'm actually supposed to be doing work right now, but I've got all my delegated all the work. It's all good, guys. But I'm sitting here drinking champagne. By the way, I think I'm about 75% of the way through the bottle.
Mine's
but
empty.
I don't even feel. I don't even feel that drunk.
Bro.
Champagne is good, man, like that.
Yeah, I took a long time to drink it all. I've been working on it since the game. Oh man. Well, we had a little bit of this earlier on. Bally. I stopped smoking. I stopped smoking when my dad came on because I'm like, put the cigar away. Your mom already.
I've always been like that. My mom already told me to quit. My dad would have been like, "What the fuck are you doing, bro?"
It's a victory.
Like I put it to the side.
Yeah.
My dad's a character, huh? Can you tell that he raised me when he's like some of the points he brought up about Arsenal.
He was so happy too, man. He was so excited. That's for sure,
man. Dude, talk about PTSD fans.
Bro, it's all gone. That's all.
Like,
that's
well,
all,
I don't even recognize my dad today. Like, I'm like, there's the points you're bringing up, Dad. You sound like me. Like,
hey, man, 20 years, 22 years of.
That's one thing I'm looking forward to, Jake. It's just getting on stream with Negative Dan. I've already seen some of it. Like he's saying, "Oh, I've been in a dark place for the last 22 years, man." He did a stream from his car, the video from his car. He did set on AFTV yesterday. I'm like, I can't wait to stream with this guy, man. I can't wait. Dude. And I, you know what I did? I sent a video to every single one, right? When we won the league, I sent it to you, I sent it to Cal, right. I sent it to both the Dans. And I said to Negative Dan, I'm like, can I get carried away now?
Right. Yeah. Absolutely time. It's absolutely time to get carried away, man. And we'll be carried away for a long time, all summer long at least. That's for sure.
Oh, dude. Well, look, we are gonna probably have to hop off sometime soon. We've almost gone 2 hours. I could literally sit here and stream for the entire day. But at the end of the day, but like what a big turnout today on the show.
Yeah,
what are we on in terms of views? We've almost got 1K views just for the stream.
Nice. That's amazing.
So
that's amazing.
Everyone's blown up today, and dude, big up for everyone. And of course, having the GOAT of football YouTube on here as well helps.
That's amazing. Yeah, that does help. Absolutely.
Yeah. So
hey, man, you deserve it out there, Arsenal fans. Celebrate tonight and tomorrow and the next day. We all deserve it.
I think we're gonna stay on until we go over the 1K views for the video because I just feel like
do it. Yeah,
just do it for me.
Yeah, no,
for the
sounds
show.
Good, man.
How many subs? 170. So again, 10. I mean, look, maybe asking to get to 200 by the end would be a stretch. But there are 41 of you guys right now who are we're here live. If none of you guys have subscribed, now 44.
Hit the button.
Bro. This is where I'm gonna fucking show. This is where I'm gonna fucking take my lap of honor, right? Yes. This is the one guy who, when everybody else thought I was crazy, I was called fucking delusional I was called delusional when I said in August, in September, and October, you don't know how this thing goes. You know, it's too early. Always something can happen. It's blah 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 blah. And yeah, you look. I got humbled a bit. I didn't expect City to come back and pull it back and take the lead for at least a couple days. Right? I didn't expect it, and it definitely humbled me. Me and Jake sat here on so many of these fucking streams, being like, "Oh my god, how are we gonna keep?" And all the people in here bitching. JT, I see you as well. Yeah, all you guys were bitching. Oh, Arteta, I'm done with this manager. You can't win anything. Blah 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 blah. And I'm sitting here on the back foot. I'm like, guys, no, we're gonna do it. I still believe. And I'll admit, I'll sit here now. I will admit, I myself had my own doubts as well. Obviously, I mean, it was a little bit of hopium. I was doing a little bit of the Hamza because of a different point of view. Yeah, but I'm like, we've come too fucking far for me to just throw it out. We came just like Declan Rice said. This ain't over, and I felt in lockstep with him at the time. It's like we've come this far. Why not just fucking do it?
Yeah,
just do it.
I was down that day, man. But then the next time
I know you were down. I had to talk you off the fucking ledge, my friend.
But see, the next time they played convinced me, and it was you. It was you all along that was saying the same thing. They're not the same.
By the way, we have another very special guest. Very special guest. The lovely wife of my boy Jake, Lauren's Legends in the building. Lauren,
hey, baby.
Big up.
Surprise! I went through Anton's link. So I just wanted to hop on here and hopefully push you a little bit more. And I wanted to say that I was on FaceTime when they won the league and Jake was screaming so loud. We have 3 Huskies and all 3 of them started howling with him. And I tried to scream
really? And damn, you train your dogs well. They're howling when you guys won the Premier League. Damn.
Arsenal fans.
Literally.
Beautiful dogs, by the way. I seen one.
Arsenal had Siren Husky sled team howling, and congratulations for them. But good job, guys. We did it.
Oh man,
let's go.
I hope you're gonna have you have a changed man now that you're married to now, Lauren. You know, maybe Jake can go get his hair dyed black, but get his hair color back.
Already, some of it's already coming back. Some of it's already coming back already, man. Just after.
Did you see how cute your dad was? I'm only hoping that his beard is that white one day. But you know what I said to him earlier? I said, so does this mean that we get 3 weeks before the World Cup starts? Guess what his response was? Because of course I gapped this, obviously.
Fuck no.
Still got the Champions League, baby.
Oh, it still got the Champions League. Yeah.
Hey, babe, do you remember next weekend when we're driving down to Charlotte to go watch the Champions? Yeah, I had a road trip in my future. So that's our marriage. Anyways.
No, look. Hey, you know what, Jake? Whatever she wants, give it to her because she deserves it. I say the same thing to Christy, right? She has sat here and trust me, there are times she's like, "You're streaming again? Really? Do you need to?" Like, how many times have we streamed at 1 o'clock in the morning? And she's waiting for me to go back to sleep. And I come back and she's got her little eye mask on. She's ready to fall asleep. And I feel so bad. I'm like, when the finish season is over between the World Cup, I'm definitely going to give her. Sorry guys, the channel's shutting down for 3 weeks. Okay, because I got to give her. Yeah. I got to give her the time because she deserves it more than.
What? No transfer daily?
Or
I'm not Robbie. Yeah.
Or here's another idea: the ladies run it, and you guys have to sit on the sidelines, and we can go through all of the struggles.
Lauren and Christy doing
the post game show.
Spill the tea on the boys.
I know whose bare ass I saw's name. Okay, Jake we've thought about doing games where he holds up pictures, and I say the names that he calls them during the game.
Well, y'all could teach Arsenal wives and girlfriends how to paint on makeup with the Arsenal crest or put them on your fingernails or whatever. Lauren has drawn the Arsenal cannon on her fingernails before, like with paint. She's very talented.
But I am an artist, so I do have that leg up. But there is also, we could do a handbook and do tips of how to keep the relationship going during the ups and the lows, and how to trust the process, not only in the season, but also in your life. You know, it really
that's what I'm
is.
saying, though, Lauren. To all the women out there, marry an Arsenal fan, because you know that we will stick by you through thick and thin. You know, and that we believe that at the end of the day, even on the hardest days, that the end goal will be achieved. You know what I mean?
I got 22 years of evidence.
There were times, honestly, in early parts of my relationship where I was living on a single man's budget. I wasn't used to like having two people in the house. My girlfriend just moved over from Indonesia, so literally it was like the two of us living on my own budget, and we were so tight. And I remember I could see her crying at sometimes, like, I just want to go out, want to do stuff. And I'm like, trust me, one day we'll be fine. You're gonna get your own job. We're gonna be all right financially, and it will work out in the end. And here we are. I'm like, that's just me being all these years of being an Arsenal fan. It's like, guys, keep trusting in Mikel Arteta, because at the end of the day, he's going to win your Premier League. And here we are today. It just takes time.
Here's a little bit of a thing I'm not sure that Jake has revealed. I trusted in Arteta more than he did. Not just
I believe that. I believe that,
the
Lauren.
turtleneck. And any man that can rock a turtleneck is, an impressive guy. But who are we not all sad that there was just not like a freak accident where Pep did not wear plaid today? Like that was the only thing. Like that was the icing.
Worn the Ellen DeGeneres outfit.
Oh man, it would have just put the sprinkles on top of it would have been amazing. But
then he scratched his head a little bit.
Oh man, and he doesn't even have hair. It shouldn't be itchy. Like, why are you scratching your head?
I gotta say though, I massive credit to Pep, and obviously he's going to be leaving, and I'm so happy that he's leaving because now Arteta gets to fill the void. But after the game today, he at his press conference, he really gave a really heartfelt congratulations to Mikel Arteta. How proud he is of his achievement, and if there was anybody, I've seen a few interviews, if there's anybody that he would want to see be successful outside of him in this space, it was Mikel. And I felt he really truly meant it, because it's kind of like his son has gone in and kind of taken the reins here from him, and I think it's almost like a perfect passing of the torch moment. I'm just happy that Mikel Arteta took the torch as an Arsenal manager, not a Man City manager. So
that's a very, very Arsenal fan, great guy way to look at it. I think it's shady.
What do you mean? Tell me. Speak to the people, Lauren.
Is it me that you can't hear?
No, I couldn't. I said, tell the people, Lauren. Tell me why it's shady.
I can't hear him. Can y'all hear me? Oh man, I was making fun of him and now I can't hear anybody. Anyways, good luck. Get to your 1,000 views. I'm gonna head out. Bye guys.
Wait, is it everyone? The fourth viewer just can't hear me.
I'm gonna go on a limb. I think she was trolling you.
Oh.
I'll ask her later, but I think that she was trolling you because your dad couldn't hear you. I think that.
By the way, we did.
That's definitely something she would do.
We did make it. We're at 1,008 views.
Nice.
So
that's what's up. I am gonna have to get going. I got to get my dog.
I'm gonna have to get. Dude, I got people knocking on my door. Like, hey, Anton.
There he is.
Oh, Pep.
The man himself. Welcome to the show.
I thought somebody. Yeah. So, Pep, how does it feel like to not win the Premier League for the first time ever in a title race? What?
2 seasons running, first time ever.
No, but in a title race. In a title race.
Fair enough. Yep.
That's the one thing. Okay, we'll lock off the show in a second. But one of the greatest parts about this, right? And we can finally fucking let it go, like all the fears, right? There was a part of me, I'll tell you right now, where I was like, that's one reason I didn't want to go play Palace on the last day, right? I'm like, they always find these motherfuckers always find a way somehow to find the way to get over the line. And we're sitting here thinking that it's going to be our year, and all of a sudden the fucking ribbons are still blue. I would have been fucking gutted, and he's always done it. But for the first time ever, not today, motherfucker. Not today. All right, guys. So you saw that shot. That's why I was saying fuck you, Holland, right?
Yeah.
Because that look of Holland is exactly the look of Declan Rice 2 years ago, and I had zero sympathy. Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
The good guys finally won. The good guys finally won, guys, and that's where I'll leave it at, guys.
Absolutely.
We will be back tomorrow morning, I guess England time. Cal will be here. I feel like I just want to run it back, just me and him, to be honest, just for old time's sake.
Absolutely.
And then Anton's tears will be revealed. The final tears. The final tears. Once I've decided on this, that's it. Doesn't matter what happens on the last day of the season. That's it. We're locked in. So yeah, Tottenham decided to go ahead and make my decision for who gets relegated even harder. Just like me and Jake were talking about on Upset Alert. So now that situation has come to light, and we're having to split hairs. But they do have a 2-point advantage still, don't they?
What that does do is give us a little bit of jeopardy for Upset Alert. There's at least 2 games that matter.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Actually, Liverpool and Bournemouth could still, if Liverpool pull another shocker.
That's why I felt bad about Bournemouth a little bit for the Haaland thing. Those 2 points made a big difference.
That was massive to Bournemouth, yeah.
Because look, now that point basically means that they're going to play at least Europa League football, I think, or Conference League at least.
Yeah,
they still have a shot. They still have a shot to win Champions League, but they need
Villa to win tomorrow and lose to City.
Yeah, Liverpool have to beat Brentford. Villa have to win the league, win the Europa League, and lose to City so that Liverpool leapfrog them.
And also, fuck you, Emery. I knew Emery was going to fucking play the second team and roll over on the weekend, and now you can't do anything. You can't do shit.
Hey, but for Bournemouth to still get to Europa League, Bournemouth, that's amazing.
I want it. I mean, I want to see them in the Champions League. I actually want to see them in the Champions League.
That'd be awesome,
dude. They play really. To be honest,
they can't handle it, but that'd be awesome.
To be honest, I've hated along City many times. This was the most competent of a team I've seen play Man City in some of these games.
Oh, they were far better. They were.
Watch Chelsea on the weekend versus Bournemouth night and day.
Bournemouth were far superior today. Absolutely.
And still, they missed so many chances. I was like, every City hate watch. So many missed chances. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Hey, but they did it in the end.
And Jake said, by the way, we're gonna have Upset Alert, and then we will be back again. There'll be many videos. I think I'm gonna just keep fucking recording videos.
Yeah.
We've got the we're gonna have to try to figure a way to figure this out. But we're gonna do the trophy celebration as well after that we've actually visualized and seen our team lift the Premier League, which we still have that to kind of look forward to. So enjoy, guys. Enjoy Crystal Palace against Arsenal, guys. Seriously, just sit there. We're gonna sing our heart out to the whole game. We literally can switch off. I can fucking text and chat shit the whole time without having to worry about anything.
It's gonna be the most peaceful, easygoing, relaxed I've been all season, and I'm pumped for it.
Dude, the Guard of Honor, by the way, we're going to wear the gold patches. Terry was telling me. So officially Liverpool have been stripped of their gold patch, and we get to have them on the gold. It's going to be so beautiful, by the way. We're going to wear the blue, though. I think we're going to wear the white kit because it's Crystal Palace. They wear blue and right? But with the gold patch on it, which is, I think it's perfect because that gold accents look really nice in there.
I love the burgundy on that one.
Yeah. So it's going to be fun. And get your merch, guys. You could finally buy the next season's kit because you can get the gold patch on it now. But we're champions. That's all I have to say,
champions.
guys. We finally say it. We finally got trophies. The trophy to back up our chest.
A new day is dawned.
The rivals can just shut the fuck up now. Oh, you guys haven't won any trophies. Why you guys show so much chest out here? How delusional you guys are.
Arteta in or Arteta out? Arteta in or Arteta out?
Arteta in. No, I'm neither. I was neither. I was the whole time, but I'm Arteta in from today on. I'm Arteta in.
Anton, Arteta in or Arteta out? Arteta win.
Arteta win. Boom. Boom. And on that note, guys, we are out. It's been an amazing stream. We got over 1K. Terry wasn't in here. You guys got to see my dad, even though he couldn't hear me for the last 5 minutes, but that's all good. Lauren, big up to Lauren who jumped in here, and of course to Jake and JT, guys.
Big up yourself.
Again, enjoy it. Oh, no, I appreciate that, man.
Big up.
Enjoy it. Go back and watch all the videos, everybody. Even the haters. Go watch Rory Jennings. Go watch Boovie. I can't wait to see what fucking Boovie has to say.
I can't wait for the
inject
tears.
those tears. Inject those
Right
tears,
in it.
boys.
Dude, I want to see what's the blonde chick who supports Abby.
Abby
I bet you
Summers.
there's nothing. I bet you there's nothing.
She's already left the country.
Saeed, where's Saeed?
Saeed made a video. Saeed's made a video. Yeah, he's already got one up.
What about what's his name?
What about
the guy I'm always making fun of? The Liverpool guy. The hate watcher. No, the hate watcher.
Oh, Key
Thomas.
Yeah, he's I'm sure he's gotta have something. Yeah. I'm ready for it. I'm gonna go look for it right now.
Inject it, guys. I've got lots of hours of videos to watch. So
sure.
And I'm sure you guys do too. So I will leave you guys out of here. Thanks again, both of you guys, for being here. Hit the like button again. Subscribe.
People. Share it to everybody. Bask in it. We won. We're champions.
Dude, we're champions of the world. No, of England.
We're almost champions of the world. Almost. We got another couple weeks.
We're so fucking happy. Enjoy it. I don't know. In future years, we're not going to end up winning the league, and the streams aren't going to be as fun. So I'm just going to enjoy all this, guys.
Living the
we're out of here. Yeah, absolutely. We're out of here, guys.